What's going on, Misfit Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Matt the Misfit. Tonight we're going to go over Stardom's All Star Grand Queendom event from earlier this morning. Technically, it was last night if you live in Japan. What a show it was from top to bottom. They had a few, maybe one weird-ass booking decision from Razuo Garawa, but I'm not going to put that against him because the rest of the show was phenomenal stuff. We've seen every title that was defended on that show change hands. We've seen a new Iwgp Women's Champion, new World Stardom Champion, Wonder of Stardom Champion. The Artist of Stardom titles changed hands. Goddess of Stardom titles somehow changed hands in a weird decision, but we'll talk about that and much, much more. If you like what you are listening to on the Misfit Wrestling Podcast, just hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, comment down below, hit that like button too, because that always helps everyone out. Follow the social medias at Misfit Podcast TV on Twitter, Misfit Wrestling Pod on, or no, it's I think it is Misfit Wrestling Pod on Instagram, Misfit Wrestling Podcast everywhere else on your Spotify's and your Stitchers, your iHeartRadios, your Audibles, your basically all the audio outputs. I believe that's correct. I don't know anymore. But yeah, let's get into the show here. The show was great. This was from, I believe it's from Yokohama Arena. Again, I believe the attendance that was at Yokohama Arena, 5,539, one of the largest events that Stardom has ever put that on. And I believe it's in its entire history. But we had two pre-show matches. I watched the English version. This had Chris Carlton from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I believe the other guy's name was Sonny. I didn't catch his last name, but I believe he is the guy who's in charge of he runs the English Stardom account. He does the English subtitles for Stardom World. So shout out to those guys. Also, originally meant to be on the English commentary team was Momo Kogo, but she unfortunately got injured in the Yokohama Rumble match that kicked off basically kicked off the show, which was the Yokohama Rumble, which was won by Mai Sakurai. Pins, submissions, or you're basically going over the top rope as a battle royal would be. It's like a Royal Rumble with like I mentioned this through when I did the Wrestle Kingdom and what was the other show? The other two the other Stardom show, Dream Queen. I think Dream Queendom had one too. I know that Historic Crossover had one too. I mentioned it's basically the Royal Rumble with pinfalls and submissions involved. Basically, what it is. So Hanako and Miss Waka herself, started the match. Koguma, Kogo, and Saya Kamitani of Stars, they entered the match before any eliminations. Lady C came out next. She was in the match too. Mizori. Sorry if I butchered. I'm going to butcher some of these names. I promise you that's not going to happen a lot. Oh, it might happen a lot, so I apologize. I'm still getting used to Japanese names, most likely, especially when I'm trying to review Japanese pro wrestling. So, we have Ram from the 666 promotion. She's great. They entered the match here. But I don't remember exactly when the spot happened. I missed most of the match because I was trying to get set up and everything to watch the show, but I missed wherever Momokogo got hurt. But she did, I believe she hit took a really nasty hit on the head or something or another, and she was out for the rest of the show. She had to go to the hospital. Near the end of the match, again, Mai Sakurai eliminated Super Strong Stardom Machine to win the Rumble, the Yokohama Rumble. My Sakurai is great too, so that's good. That's good stuff. Next up, we had a 8-woman tag match. Oedo Tai, Momo Watanabe, the Black Peach herself, Natsuko Toro, who's the leader of Oedo Tai, Ruka, and Saiki Kashima defeated Club Venus, which is Jessie, Mariah May, and Xena, who was also with Donna Del Mondo's Thekla. Originally, the match started off, Thekla and Club Venus seemed to have, were on the same page, seems like, and then near the end of the match, Oedo Tai is always on the same page. That's nothing new. It was mentioned on commentary while Oedo Tai was coming out here that Momo Watanabe wasn't on the best winning streak. That was, she seemed like she was going to win the Cinderella tournament, which I was hoping for, and that didn't happen for whatever fucking reason. But that's either here or there. But Club Venus gained the lead earlier on by isolating Ruka, but Oedo Tai was able to fight back, tandem offense. For some time, the teams went back and forth, the momentum favoring the team with the most wrestlers in the ring, which I believe was Oedo Tai. Eventually, the chaos led to Oedo Tai taking the advantage. Mariah May tried to have Thekla use one of the the suitcase that I believe. It's either a suitcase or briefcase. I don't know what they call it, but it's the one that Ruka comes out with. It's Ruka because Natsuko Tora comes out with the kendo stick, and Momo's choice of weapons is the baseball bat. So, but Thekla didn't want to use the briefcase, and she ended up hitting Jessie with the briefcase instead, and Kashima basically stole the victory here with her pin. The name of it escapes me, but it's a pin that basically everyone's used, but she's used it to a fact that's part of her character, so it works. But Oedo Tai gets the win here. Oedo Tai, I think, gets a much needed win. Oedo Tai has not had the greatest luck as of late, but that is just me. That is just me saying that. Next up, we got some high-speed action. Mei Seira and one of my favorite wrestlers on the planet, Starlight Kid, teamed up to take on Mei Sugura and from Choco Pro and Azumi, the high-speed champion. Probably my favorite wrestler currently on any roster is Azumi. Poor thing tripped up in her match in her entrance doing the whole thing with Mei Sugura, which was adorable, by the way. The match was fun, fast paced, back and forth, competitive match here with both teams. The Mays, because they're both Mays, Mei Sugura and Mei Seira, took each other out on the floor before Azumi did whenever patented dives, laid both of them out. The teams then continued on the floor. Starlight Kid and Seira struggled to gain the advantage. Back in the ring, Starlight Kid turned things back around before attempting a second dive, it was a second top rope dive because, yeah. Once returning to the ring, the teams traded pin attempts back and forth for extended period of time. Eventually, Seira was able to score the pinfall on Azumi, potentially setting up her challenging Azumi for the high-speed title somewhere down the line. Because that's just how it is in Stardom. It happens all the time in Stardom. If you pin the champion in a non-title match, you eventually get a title match. We saw that with I believe we saw this with Momo Watanabe, where I believe she pinned Saya Kamitani I believe it was in the 5-star Grand Prix. Which that starts up in June. I believe June 23rd. I believe they said June 23rd the 5-star Grand Prix starts up. But Starlight Kid and Meisara get the win, like I said. Hopefully Meisara probably gets a ICB title match out of this for pinning Azumi. Azumi is great, by the way. If you haven't seen the match she had with Mercedes Moné and Hazuki at Sakura Genesis, I encourage you guys to check that out because that was incredible stuff. One of my favorite matches from that show, along with Okada and Sonata, who, by the way, Sonata is the new IWGP World Champion. And speaking of Okada, because we just mentioned him, they showed a video package setting up this. They called it. It's technically a celebrity match. Okada was helped with Hazuki to train Fuwa. They took on Hazuki and Fuwa Fuwa-chan, who is a YouTuber, a Japanese YouTuber rather. I need to specify. They teamed up to take on Mayu Iwatani and Utami Hayashishida, who's obviously one of the best on the planet. Who has a banger theme song, by the way. Her theme song Crusade is so like Final Boss-esque. It's just great. I love it. I should mention, by the way, on the main card, because of Momokogo not being able to be a part of the English commentary team, Mariah May actually joined the rest of the show, and I thought she did great. And it was on last notice, so she wasn't actually planned to be on commentary. So that was good to see. But yeah, this was a great showcase for Fuwa, which Utami and Mayu, to my opinion, seemed to like. And Hazuki did her part too. They all three of them made sure that Fuwa looked great. Utami can make anybody look. Utami, in my opinion, can have a great match with a broomstick. That's how great she is. Hazuki can do the same thing. But it was, like I said, good stuff. Utami, Mayu gained early lead over Fuwa, isolating her for some time once the tag came in. Hazuki, who by the way was mega over in this match. I should point that out. People love Hazuki. I love Hazuki. How can you not love Hazuki? She's amazing. She's one of the nicest people you'll ever like. I've talked to her a few times on the social media. She's just one of the nicest people, and she's beautiful, and she will kick your ass, and I love it. And and the people love her. It's great stuff. But the match turned around when Hazuki got into the match. Hazuki then gained a significant lead. Fuwa tagged back in, gained some offense on her own. Top rope double knee face breaker from Hazuki, which I love that move, by the way. That's a great fucking move. That was from Hazuki to Utami. Left Fuwa in the position to do a high cross body. Fuwa landed a pair of suplexes for a near fall. Utami entered with a slam and a chokehold. And then I don't know if Utami watched watched Maika the other night, because there were the other night we had the oh god, what show was it that we just had? There was a show that they just did. It was the Cinderella the final for the Cinderella tournament finals. And one of the matches on the show was, I believe it was Donna Del Mondo versus Cosmic Angels. I believe that was the match. I don't think the stipulation was if you lose, you join the faction. I think it was just a standard. It was 2 out of 3 falls match between Cosmic Angels and Donna Del Mondo, and Maika just fucking near the end of the match. Maika just came out. Natsupoi just ran at her, and Maika damn near decapitated that woman with a clothesline. And I was like, holy shit, she murdered Natsupoi. And I don't know if Utami saw this match and it's like, well, if I can do one better, because then she had enough of Fuwa shit and just decked her with this sickening looking clothesline. Hazuki came in to make the save. Mayu landed a DDT, while Utami hit a beautiful German on Fuwa. Not Fuda. I don't know why I keep mixing. Look, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Leading to a pin for Queen's Quest to get a victory here. Queen's Quest wins. After the match, Fuwa cuts a promo. She said that she was taking time away to reconsider her future in pro wrestling, but I'd love to see her back. Hazuki encouraged her by saying she would be waiting if she does, in fact, choose to return. I would love to see Fuwa back full time as a wrestler. I think she's got what it is. I mean, give her some new gear. Have her join Stars. I think she fits right in with that group, with Hazuki, Mayu Iwatani, and whoever else is in that group with her. But yeah, I think she'll be a great fit for that. Next up, we had the retirement match of Himeka, and taking on her best friend in the entire world, one half of Mahime, both members of, like I mentioned, Donna Del Mondo, Maika. This match was fantastic. It was emotional. One of my favorite matches of the entire night. The match started with a brawl on the outside. Maika suplexed her on the floor. And through this entire match, Maika kept screaming Himeka. And I thought that was really well. I love that because, like, she doesn't want to do this. But Himeka is the one who picked Maika to be her last opponent in this match. And throughout the match, Maika is like doing all these things, but she doesn't want to do them. I love it. It's storytelling. I love it. But they go back into the ring. Himeka was able to turn things around. She wastes no time, landing a dive onto the floor. Both women entered the ring again because they were on the outside. Maika landed a beautiful superplex. Like, this woman is crazy ass strong. This woman, it wasn't just a normal superplex either. This was a fucking vertical superplex. She is super strong. Maika, again, we go back to that damn lariat that she has. Lands a lariat on Himeka, but Himeka just gets up, enters one with another lariat of her own. Himeka hit the JP coaster for a near fall, which I was like, is Maika going to be like, I want to put over my best friend on her way out, or what's on Himeka's way out? I don't know. Maika reversed Himeka's follow-up attempt into a slam, which blossomed into an extensive offense sequence of her own. A Michinoku driver for a near fall, because she was trained by Taka Michinoku from Michinoku Pro, who's also does stuff for New Japan Pro Wrestling. A jumbo knee and power bomb from Himeka seemed to mark the end, but Maika was able to kick out once more. Maika answers with another Michinoku driver, staying alive long enough to hit land a headbutt, and an issue and Inka Oshie. I probably butchered that, but I'm sorry. Before landing a finishing blow, which was another Michinoku driver, Maika then was like begging Himeka to kick out, because she did not want this match to be over. She did not want to be the one to retire Himeka. She didn't even want Himeka to retire. She was legit crying. It was like this was basically the new "I'm sorry, I love you," and it was great. It was beautiful storytelling at its finest. After the match, Himeka cut a promo thanking the fans for her support through this journey, and Maika hopefully is on the verge of becoming a single star. And my agenda now, I don't give a shit who else is in that tournament. I don't care if it's Mercedes Moné. I don't care if it's Kairi Hojo. I don't care if it's Mai Sakurai. I don't care if it's Natsupoi or Giulia or whoever. In my opinion, this year's 5-star Grand Prix winner should be Maika. It's her time to win the tournament. It's her time to win a singles title. It's her time to get a push that she absolutely deserves. And she keeps getting the low end of the stick. I mean, for God's sakes, they didn't even have her and Himeka win the tag titles from not Prominence from the soda machine known as 7-Up. So in my opinion, I think Maika should win the 5-star Grand Prix. And then when we get to December, which I'm pretty sure this is going to be an annual thing, Dream Queendom 3, when we get to that, Maika should be the one to dethrone Tam Nakano for the World of Stardom title. It's her time. It's her time to. I know. Tam Nakano can have her. It's Tam's time too. Don't get me wrong, but when it gets to the point where Maika, who is by the way was over in that match and has been over, she should also get the title. But that's just me. Next up, match that I didn't really give two shits about. God's Eye defeating the soda machine known as 7-Up for the Goddess of Stardom Championships. I just mentioned these titles not just maybe 3 minutes ago. So this match didn't really do it for me actually, and like Mirai, who won the Cinderella tournament for the 7th time in the row. I'm exaggerating, but it feels like that. Won via countout. I'm not the biggest so Stardom's rules is, I don't know if New Japan has the same rules, but Stardom has the rules is you can win the title via countout, and I don't really like that. Because just it sounds kind of lame. It's a cop out in my opinion. I didn't really care for this match here. Nothing really too big happened in this match here, but it was what it was. But that's what it was. Artist of Stardom Championships are on the line. Restart, which was Kairi, Hojo, Natsupoi, and Saori Anou. They defeated the team of Suzuki, Rise Azuri, and Higuragi. Prominence who were doing phenomenal stuff with the Artist of Stardom Championships, having great matches. Kairi Hojo wins her 5th Artist of Stardom title. Natsupoi, this would be her 2nd one. She won it with Mahime, which is hilarious. The match opened up a blistering pace, prolonged opening sequence. Kamuri landed a slam, reciting the match in Prominence's favor. Then the Prominence advantage continued with Kamuri landed a triple powerbomb from the top rope, an airway crash that led into a double tag, leaving Suzuki and Soriano alone into the ring, lightning strikes. I want to see a singles match with these two, by the way. These two are beat the fuck out of each other. The final 5 minutes of the match, well, it was like, God damn. So then the rest of the restart, rest of the ring to stop Suzuki's attack. Suzuki, by the way, so I don't remember, I think it was Saori had I believe it was either Rizu or Higurai, Kamuri, whatever you want to call her, in a pin, and I believe Suzuki grabbed the candlestick and whacked the ever-living shit out of Story. It was loud. That's all I'm gonna say. But German suplex. A lot of German suplex. German suplex is fucking everywhere. Saori won with a backslide pin, which I love the way it was done too, because not only was a black backslide pin, but she used her legs to make sure Suzu did not kick out, and that was unique, and I never had seen anything like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's just me. I thought that was pretty fucking cool. But yeah, new Artist of Stardom champions restart. Congratulations to the members of, I guess, Cosmic Angels. Kairi is sort of a Cosmic Angel now. Wonder of Stardom Championship match. Saya Kamitani defending against Mina Shirakawa. This is Mina Shirakawa's first match since breaking away officially from Cosmic Angels at the end of the show from last weekend. I think it was last weekend. Mina announced that she was taking Club Venus and breaking away from Cosmic Angels are becoming its own unit. So, and I believe Natsupoi didn't take it. It was Waka that came with there. But match open with the scramble. This was great, by the way. This was fun. This was another one of my favorite matches of the night. Match open with a scramble. Mina won out and began focusing on. So one of the story point of this match was Saya's legs. Mina, throughout the entire match, was working on, I believe, it's the left or right leg of Saya, and surprisingly didn't tap her out with it, which I think should be played on later on down the road. I think is a good idea. So Mina is on the floor. Saya eventually lands a drop kick. That's all on the outside of the ring, I guess. They go back to the ring. Mina landed a drop kick to the knee, which again, back to that knee that was focused on early on in the match. Continued focusing on her attack, but Saya answered with a leg lariat, a suplex, and a big boot, all in like one go, which was like crazy. Saya climbed to the top rope. Mina caught her, landing a dragon screw leg whip from the top rope, which it looks nasty, but that's selling from Saya. Like, I can't really stand Saya very much when it comes to her booking, because her booking was more like John Cena-esque, but her selling is incredibly insane. So then Mina locks into the figure four leg lock. Mina then ends up landing a suplex, a rolling forearm, a pair of DDTs for a 2 count. After holding on, Saya landed a suplex of her own and a star crusher for a near fall. Saya, who by the way was throughout the match, was trying to attempt to do the Phoenix Splash, but first few times she was not wanting to do it because she was like, "What if I fuck it up again?" She sort of did fuck it up again, but it wasn't as bad as it was the first time. She did it to Mina, so she hit the Phoenix Splash. Mina was able to kick out. Saya climbed to the top rope again. Mina met her on the top rope. From the top rope, she landed one of her nasty ass DDTs from the top rope. The pairs began trading kicks, but Mina caught Syuri. Not Syuri, that's a different match. Caught Saya with another dragon screw leg whip, working on that leg again. Mina held on to the leg, securing another figure four. Saya was able to escape that one. Mina landed a couple glorious drivers for the win and the belt. This match was great. I give this match I haven't even rated these matches yet, but this one I would give a 4. 4 out of 5. Also, Maika and Himeka, I give that one a 4 out of 5 as well. But that was incredible. That was some fun stuff. They turned what was a disaster into a storyline, which I love to see that. Next up, we got a match. I didn't know what the stipulation was until I heard Chris Colleton on commentary mention that was submission knockout referee stoppage. Apparently, this is a Japanese death match. The term Japanese death match is usually mean a lot of other things, but when you put Syuri Kondo and Hashimoto in the same match together, you're basically promoting murder. They beat the shit out of each other is what happened to this match. The match opened up with standard grappling sequences. Hashimoto ended with a suplex and a slam. The pair traded strikes. Syuri, who again uses all that MMA background that she has throughout this match, by the way. Syuri at one point lands a leaping knee strike. Puts Hashimoto on the mat for all of 2 seconds because there's no pinfalls in this match. Hashimoto then climbed to her feet, landed multiple lariats, throwing Syuri across the ring. Syuri caught Hashimoto with rushing in with a knee strike and a swift kick. She laid the boots to Hashimoto before attempting an arm bar onto Hashimoto. Syuri did, that is. Hashimoto powered out and landed another lariat. Hashimoto met Syuri on the top rope. Syuri attempted to go to the top rope. Syuri secured a Kimura lock, sending Hashimoto crashing down to the mat. On the mat, Syuri held on to the move, forcing Hashimoto to get to the ropes. Syuri climbed to the top rope, but Hashimoto was able to cut Syuri off with a leg lariat, sending her to the outside floor. While they're on the outside, spear to Syuri from Hashimoto. The pair continued to fight on the floor. And I should also point out there was no count on this match, so they were out there as long as they could be. Again, it was all about what I mean by count out. They still counted out the participants in the ring, but not on the outside. But like I said, the only way to win the match was knockout, submission, or referee stoppage. Syuri landed a DDT to retake the lead on the outside. Syuri throws Hashimoto back into the ring. Hashimoto was able to answer with a powerbomb and then a German, which looked beautiful, by the way. Syuri held on landing a kick before a double knee strike. Both women were out. A strike exchange left Hashimoto in control for a little bit, but Syuri was able to reverse into a powerbomb attempt into a guillotine. From the choke, Hashimoto landed a suplex, which, again, this woman is very strong. Syuri landed a headbutt, opening Hashimoto up for a Suzaki, which I believe was just a fucking kick to the face. After landing her to go finish, Syuri hit a buzzsaw kick, which was a shade back to one of her trainers, and Yoshihiro Tajiri, one of the all-time greats. Hashimoto almost beat the referee's count, but she was out. Like, it was over for her. And Syuri gets the win from a technical knockout victory. After the match, Syuri thanked Hashimoto for the match, then offered her to fight Sendai Girls anytime, and I'd love to see it. Again, I put this out on Twitter last night. You cannot pay me any type of money to get in the ring and have that type of match with professionally trained MMA fighter Syuri Kondo. Syuri's great. I love Syuri. But Syuri gets the win here. Syuri, since losing the title, has been able to, in my opinion, has been able to keep up what she's doing. I know a lot of people don't like seeing what Utami is doing since losing to Syuri. But maybe Utami will be able to get back to wherever she's at on the card, to get higher up on the card, maybe. But Who knows? Next up, this is my main event here. IWGP Women's Championship. Mercedes Moné defends against the Ace of Stardom, Mayu Iwatani. This is Mercedes Moné's in-ring debut in Stardom, and I should when I say that because yes, she's already wrestled in 2 New Japan matches. She's already done that, but this is her first match in Stardom. So this match was actually really fun. By the way, Syuri and Hashimoto, I give that a 4.5. No, not even 4.5. I would just give 4 stars for now. Because of how brutal it was. I would give the other 2. Before I go on to that, I want to say the Mina and Saya match 4.5. I'll give that one there too. That one almost became 5 stars. This one almost became 5 stars. I had it got a little more time, but the match started off. Mayu started the match off with a very furious strikes that forced Mercedes to the floor. Iwatani continued her attack with a tope suicida and a brief period on the floor because again, still traditional rules, 20 count and all that stuff. They had to get back in the ring before the 20 count. Back in the ring, Mercedes landed multiple knees to establish control. Moné led Mercedes. I'm going to call him Mercedes. I ain't going to call him Moné. It's just easier for me. Mercedes led an impressive sequence to complete 3 Migos, but Mayu was able to reverse Mercedes' moneymaker, a Moné maker, into a crucifix powerbomb, which Iwatani is just phenomenal at her job. I fucking love Mayu Iwatani. Iwatani continued to fight back with her beautiful dragon suplexes and a beautiful splash from the top rope for a near fall. After getting a pair of kicks and a slap from Mercedes, Mercedes stomped on to Iwatani, or slammed Iwatani into the mat from the corner. Mercedes landed the Moné maker, but like a veteran maneuver, and I say veteran, she's only I believe 29 years old. I think she's 29 now. No, she's 30. She's 30 years old, and she's been wrestling for how many years now? She's been wrestling for how many years? Her 12-year experience there. And she's only 39, and only 30 years old. But here, her surroundings helped her out. But after surviving Mercedes' finish, Iwatani landed a beautiful dragon suplex. Mercedes tried to fight back, but Iwatani caught her with a tombstone pile driver. I love how she delayed it too, because we weren't sure if she was going to be able to hit her or Mercedes was going to reverse it, and she fucking destroyed her ass with that. A tombstone. Like, Mercedes sold the tombstone like somebody just fucking killed her. That's what it looked like. It was great. Iwatani hit a beautiful moonsault, but Mercedes was able to kick out. Finally, after all of this back and forthness, Iwatani was able to bring things to an end with the 2-step dragon suplex into a pin, clean as a sheep into the middle of the ring. And Mayu Iwatani is your new IWGP Women's Champion. After the match, both women thanked each other. Mercedes asked for one more match on her way out. Who knows? Maybe at Resurgence, because we found out at the presser, post-match presser for Mercedes that she's going to be at Resurgence on, what did she say, May 15th? I think she said May 15th, but I'm not sure. So who knows? We might see another match between Iwatani and Mercedes in America. Who knows? But I'm very happy to see Mayu Iwatani as the IWGP Women's Champion. Let's look at her accolades here because this is incredible. So she is a former World Ring of Honor Women's Champion, even though it was the Women of Honor, but it still counts as a ROH Women's title. She's a 5-time Artist of Stardom Champion. She's tying that record with one of her best friends in Kairi Hojo. A 2-time Goddess of Stardom Champion with Io and Saki Kashima. 1-time High Speed Champion. 2-time Wonder of Stardom Champion. 2-time World of Stardom Champion. 1-time SWA Champion, where she gave up. She vacated the title, and that title has not seen the light of day since then. She's the second Grand Slam champion in Stardom. Won the Cinderella tournament in 2015 and 2016. Won the Goddess of Stardom tournament in 2015 with Io Shirai. Goddess of Stardom Tag League in 2015 with Io Shirai. Moneyball tournament. That was that weird ass match that happened at one of the showcase shows with Hazuki just fucking destroyed the ball. Like, that's what happened. Like, during the match, that poor soul accidentally had the ladder knock into the fucking ball, and just money fell right out of the fucking ball. It was hilarious. Again, Iwatani also won the Wonder of Stardom Championship tournament in 2014. She's a 5-star Grand Prix winner 2018. She's a 5-star Grand Prix award winner 4 times. 2015 for Best Match with Io Shirai. 2017 with the Katsuga. In 2017, Red Stars Best Match Award in 2021 with Giulia. Outstanding performance in 2014. And now you can add IWGP woman. And it's kind of interesting. She's the only woman now to say that she's won championships in Ring of Honor, New Japan, and Stardom. So that's pretty cool. Congratulations to Mayu Iwatani. Main event time. World of Stardom Championship. Giulia defending her title against Cosmic Angels Tam Nakano. This rivalry is so personal. Like, they hate each other, and it was very apparent from the moment the bell rang. And I tweeted out that this match is going to get violent real fast, really, really fast. And I was not wrong on that. But I also mentioned during this match, because I fucking love this match. By the way, like I said, 3.5 maybe for Iwatani and Mercedes. I wish it had went on longer, but that's just me. But this match gets 5 stars all the way. This match was, I tweeted at the time, this match is disgusting, gross, and disturbing, and I fucking love every bit of it. This match was brutal. This match opened up with a scramble, but it quickly escalated as Giulia landed a Northern Lights bomb, one of her finishes, and I was like, are they gonna have Giulia come out here and just squash poor Nakano? And I'm like, nope. Tam rolled out of the side of the ring to escape the pressure of almost losing in record time. While on the outside, Giulia sets up, the Japanese tables, because, Japanese wrestling promotions use real tables. They don't give these Japanese tables do not give a shit about you or your family, okay? They don't give a shit who you are. Giulia setting up a table, but failed to dive Tam through it the first time. They get back into the ring. The struggle for control continued. Nakano gained the advantage, but Giulia held on as the action approached the apron's edge, which, again, these Japanese ring aprons are not safe either. Giulia, who had Tam Tam was on the top rope. Giulia grabbed her. It just fucking launched her ass off the fucking top turnbuckle into the Japanese table. And like I said a few minutes ago, those Japanese tables do not give a shit about you or your well-being. Giulia continued to escalate things even worse after the table spot by attempting a glorious driver on the ramp. Didn't go well for Giulia. Tam reversed it and landed a pair of running knee strikes that sent Giulia rolling back into the ring. Pair of knee strikes. Our pair actually it was like a strikes. Giulia rocked Tam with a closed fist, and referee caught it. Referee almost caught it the first time, and Giulia tried to play it off like she did nothing. Because remember, these two fucking hate each other, so she fucking leveled her ass with that fucking closed fist, and that was not the only closed fist either. Because we'll get to that. And she hits another Northern Lights bomb and a glorious buster for a near fall. Tam was landed a punt kick to stay into the match, or pump kick rather, not punt kick. I don't know why I said that. Before locking in a leg chokehold, which I'm not gonna make the joke, okay? You fucking weirdos. But it forced Giulia to the ropes. To follow up, Tam landed 3 running knee strikes and a Twilight Dream for a near fall, which is her bridged German suplex. Tam tried for a violent screwdriver, and I don't mean the actual screwdriver like we saw with Kenny Omega on Dynamite trying to murder Jon Moxley. The violent screwdriver. Giulia escaped to establish a lead. Giulia then landed another closed fist, but this time the referee caught it. The referee saw it, and the crowd just started booing on her because, like they know that they hate each other, but they don't want this match to be thrown out like that. Thankfully, it was not. Giulia landed another Northern Lights bomb rather, for another near fall, and this is where Giulia is having trouble here. It's like, what do I gotta do to put this bitch away? That's what she had, the look she had on her face, and that's what the look that we were able to read on her face. Giulia hoisted Tam onto the top rope, but Tam reversed it into landing a super tagger suplex, not a driver. That took out both women, but Tam landed another tiger suplex after both women returned to their feet. But Giulia was quick to respond with one of her own dragon suplexes. Tam held on, laying she landed her own Northern Lights bomb, and then she hit another Twilight Dream for a convincing near fall, which almost got me. That almost got me. But Tam was able to hit the violent screwdriver, and then that's how, and Tam Nakano pinned Giulia to win the World of Stardom Championship after a violent fucking fist fight that I've ever seen one. Like I tweeted. Disgusting, gross, and disturbing, and I loved every minute of it. After the match, Tam took the chance to taunt Giulia. Giulia answered "bye-bye for now." Tam ended her show with the passionate send-off and her whole thing here, and that's how not Dream Queendom. This is a different show. All Star Grand Queendom went off the air. I enjoyed this show. I thought it was one of the best Stardom shows in a long time. Well, actually, that's not true. I also enjoyed Dream Queendom too, but this is one of the best shows of the year. This was added on to pay-per-view in the end of the year. Let's look at that current list of events of the year. We got Wrestle Kingdom 17, Impact's Hard to Kill, Keiji Muto's final wrestling retirement show, AEW Revolution, Super Con of Honor, WrestleMania 31 Night 1, and All Star Grand Queendom. Also added to the Misfit Wrestling Podcast 2023 Year-End Awards. Feud of the Year does go now with Giulia and Tam Nakano. That was added. And also from the show, Saya Kamitani versus Maika and Giulia versus Tam Nakano was added to, or Tam Nakano, whatever you want to call her. It's Tam. Also, sorry, I had to clear my throat there. We also seen Tam pose with the rest of Cosmic Angels, and we've seen Kairi come in. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? I thought, is Kairi joining? Technically, she's not a part of the group, but since she's part of a subgroup that's inside of Cosmic Angels, which is Restart with tag partners who won the Artist of Stardom titles earlier in the show. In a way, she's a part of Cosmic Angels, but she's really not. But I did notice that I noticed two things. Well, actually, I noticed two things. Maika was out there calling commentary on the Japanese broadcast, which is usually something they do when they had the winner of the 5-star Grand Prix in mind. Because Giulia, I think Giulia, before the 5-star Grand Prix started, called the last world title match prior to the 5-star starting. Could be wrong here, but I'm hoping that, again, I picked it with a 5-star is Maika. I also noticed that Kairi was eyeing the World of Stardom Championship. That's fine. You can do that match if you want to. If Maika's not going to win the tournament, just give it to Kairi if you want. I don't care. Kairi, I don't know if she won the 5-star one year. She probably did. I don't know if she did, but I think she did. I think she won it. I think she won it in 2015. She did. She won it in 2015. I couldn't remember for some reason, but that's why I thought about All Star Grand Queendom. I enjoyed the show. Again, if you like what you see here, links to the social medias will be in the description. Always in the description. I've been Matt the Misfit. This has been the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I will see you guys back here Friday night. Yes, Friday night, not Monday or Wednesday, unfortunately. And I'm probably going to stop on the Ring of Honor reviews for a little bit because I don't know. It's just a lot of wrestling for me in one week. But I will see you guys back here Friday night for the first night of the WWE 2023 draft. I might actually do a mock draft with somebody. I haven't decided who yet. Prior to that, I will let you guys know. But until then, I've been Matt the Misfit. This has been the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. Till then, I will see you Friday for SmackDown and the draft. We're out.